Hey guys, John Conley from UncleJohnSoap.com. Yesterday we did a live head shave on Facebook with our new shea butter recipe and our shave soaps. And then today I did a short, quick test lather video. And I would do another shave, but I cut my head so bad yesterday that I kind of need to give it a break for a day or two. But I've had some questions. Some asked directly of me and some that I saw on Facebook. But about the Suribachi bowl. So I know the glare's a little there. Can you see the texture in there? Look at that. So this is basically like a Japanese mortar and pestle. You know, this comes with a little wooden grinder dowel for, you know, grinding up pastes and herbs and things like that in here. But this texture is fabulous for working up a lather. So. And I've seen a couple people ask this online, you know, they said they just can't quite get the hang of this bowl, you know, how do you work up a good lather? So I figured I'd show you guys. So here's a cheap little, I guess it's a Best Badger, what they would call a Best Badger on eBay. Just a cheap little resin brush. So I'm going to show you how we use that. This is our shade soap. Now this is not the shea butter recipe. This is our gravity tallow formula. So I'm just going to start loading the brush. Sorry the camera angle's so close. Kind of a weird setup in here, but I got to stay over the sink. God, I love the smell of this gravity. And I soaked the brush for probably about, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes. Enough to make sure the fibers, the hairs, got soaked all the way through. You can see the soap kind of, I always collect that up right before I go into the Suribachi roll, or to my head if I'm going to do a straight up head lather. But okay, so I just loaded the brush. I have wet the inside of the bowl, and then I just start working up the lather. That texture pretty much does all the work for you. Now I don't know about a lot of other soaps. Mason's Boutique is similar to mine, but my soap tends to be a little thirsty. So, and again, this is a very soft Badger brush with almost no backbone. And I'm going to add some water to it. I haven't put it in yet. That's just me rinsing my hand, and I just splash a little water in there, probably about a teaspoon for me. I just kind of take the lather off the top edge of the bowl, kind of mush it back down to the bottom and go right back at it. I mean, you can see even with this cheap little soft brush that it's working up a nice, pretty nice lather. You can see that the Badger, the knot has actually expanded. Now you can also see it's a little airy. It's a little, maybe, it's a little bubbly. But I just keep working it for another couple minutes or a minute. My sense of time is way off, can you tell? And sometimes I'll just work the tips of the brush, and then I'll mash the brush right down into the bowl and then back up to the tips. I mean, honestly, that's plenty right there. I mean, I could probably do at least 2 full passes on my head with what's in the bowl. Yep. So, that's with the cheap little brush. Okay, so now this is still a cheap brush. So this was a replica Burma Shave handle. It came in like an anniversary kit in a little square metal tin. Yeah, nothing much. It's just a regular injection molded plastic handle. Nothing fancy, but it had a bore knot in it, and I took the bore knot out and put in a Whip Dog 24mm synthetic. yeah, I think it's 24 millimeter. And, you know, I'm really liking the synthetics lately, but this is our pipe smoke shave soap. Again, not in the new shea butter formula. This is our regular tallow formula. So I'm just going to do the same kind of load. I soaked the brush, which you really don't need to soak synthetics, and then I just shook it out. And we're going to load that up. Again, sorry about the camera angle. Need to get a better way to mount my camera in here. Not that I do a ton of bathroom videos, but... Now the one thing I will say about a synthetic compared to the softer, cheap Best Badger is a synthetic is going to pick up way more soap way faster. So, wet the inside of the bowl. I've seen guys say that the inside is unglazed, and that's not actually true. The inside of the bowl is glazed, or no, excuse me, not sealed. The inside of the bowl is sealed, not like a shiny glaze like you see on the color out here. And that's why it feels rougher. Yeah, it's not glazed, but it is sealed, so I'm not worried about that. The only thing I do worry about, and I don't worry as much as I did when I first got it, is the rough texture of the bowl damaging the bristles on the brush, and I just haven't had that happen. So let's work this up. Again, not every soap is going to be thirsty and need a lot of water. I could probably shave with this lather just the way it is, but I do like it to be a little wetter. But again, that's the beauty of a soap that is thirsty. You can adjust the water and lather just the way you like it. And that's just a couple seconds. So I'm going to actually splash a little more water in there. Let's see if I can show you that. Probably heavy teaspoon. And again, I take the lather, kind of collect it up, push it down to the bottom and work it, get the air bubbles out. Reverse it up. You can see the soap collecting on the edge of the bowl. Scoop it back into the bowl. And there's, I mean, I could do 3 passes easily on my head with this right now. And this is a 5-inch bowl, so you can kind of see how that knot puffed right up, holding the lather. And it doesn't hold and keep the lather, it actually releases the lather just fine. I mean, it's great. And there's some peaks to it. Again, if I wanted a little stiffer, I'd just keep working it. That's the beauty of shave soap. You can mess with it all you want and make it stiffer or looser. Sometimes on the first pass on my face, I like it a little bit wetter, and then I'll work it and thicken it back up. Yeah, I mean, nothing wrong with that. So there you go, guys. I hope that answers any questions. It's not hard. The only thing you got to watch for with this bowl, there's a couple things. One, it's slick. This glossy glaze here, when you get a little bit of soap on your hand, there's nothing really to hold. Some guys will hold it down here, and this is a little rougher because, again, it's more of a flat glaze, not a glossy glaze. And honestly, I'm afraid I'm going to drop it. So I hook my fingers over on this side with my thumb over the top and work it like that. And that seems to work well. I'm still nervous because it's kind of a thin pottery. So if you bang it against something, there's a good chance you're going to crack it. But so far so good, and I'm fairly clumsy, so I just worked it up a little bit more. I mean, look how fat that knot bloomed. That is a ton of lather in there. Alright guys, let me know if you have any more questions. Feel free to leave a comment down below. You can shoot me an email at unclejohnsoap@gmail.com, or you can catch me on Facebook. There's a bunch of shave groups, and I'm in a bunch of them. So East Coast Wet Shavers, Razor and Brush, South Florida Wet Shavers. So have a good shave. Oh yeah, by the way, I'll put a link to the Suribachi bowl down below, and maybe somewhere here in the video, and that way you know where to get it.